Thanks to German Knife Shop for sponsoring Everyday Tactical Vids. German-knife-shop.com. Hey, what's up everyone? Tim here from Everyday Tactical Vids, and today we're going to be looking at this, which is the Nitecore TIP 2. So they just sent this to me for review. If you're familiar with some of their other really small, like keychain size lights, there are quite a few that are popular and a lot of people have liked them. The tube is one of my favorites. This thing is going to give you, as you can see, 720 lumens of output. It's got a magnetic base. It's micro USB rechargeable. So let's take it out of the box and look at it. We'll talk about it, and then we'll take it out into the nighttime and use it. All right, so obviously in the box you're going to get the actual light, which is this. I'll show you that in more detail. You're also going to get information from Nitecore on their warranty. You get a more complete instruction guide, and then you also get what they call their quick operation guide for the TIP 2, which looks like it was just printed out and then cut out with a pair of scissors. But anyhow, it's a very small and easy way to access it without going into all the details. So let me show you the actual TIP 2. So you've got a keychain, little lanyard there. Looks decently strong. The ring looks strong enough. Good attachment point. There's your LEDs there. And you do have a little clip there, so you can actually put it on a belt, or you can put it on a hat as well. Like this. If you have like a baseball hat, you can take it out of the holster as well. Let me give you some of the details here on the light. So like I said, 720 lumen output at the high level. It takes two Cree XP-G2 S3 LEDs, a built-in 500 milliamp lithium ion battery. It's got a CNC machine body. Let me show you the end here. It's really cool. So that's how you hang it. Take that off. There's your magnetic and your micro USB, and then this goes back on like so. So that's really cool. There's your power button on the side, and then your selector switch next to that. So as far as your outputs, hold that power button down, and it's going to come on to that lowest setting. That's 1 lumen. Tap your selector switch. It's going to go to 30, and then 200, and then hold it down up to that 720. And then when you let it go, it's going to drop back down to that 200 option. Press your power switch, it goes off. So interestingly enough, it's got two settings. It's got a demo setting and then a daily setting. At the demo setting, if it's not being, nothing's happening with the light, you're not using it or touching the buttons, after 30 seconds it'll shut off. The daily mode, it'll stay on and you have to manually shut it off. Basically, you're going to hold down the buttons, the two buttons at the same time. And that one flash means it's now back into demo mode. Hold it down both at the same time. And the two flash means it's now back into daily use mode. The demo mode, I would keep it on daily mode for myself all the time pretty much. So that's how I've got it set it up, and that's how I'm going to carry it. So the light also has an indicator mode. You can probably hear a plane in the background. I'm right near a local airport. Anyhow, press the button and it's going to flash. So those 3 blue flashes mean it's 50% or more. If you press it and it's 2 flashes, it's a little bit low or below 50%. If you press it and it's 1 flash, it means it's below 10%. Let me give you the run times real quick. So at the low setting, which is 1 lumen, that's going to run for 55 hours. At your mid level, it's 30 lumens, that's going to run for 8 hours. High is 200 lumens, that's for 1 hour, 15 minutes, and 720 lumens for 15 minutes. All right guys, we are outside now. Obviously we're going to test the light out. I think the main thing to just note right off the bat is what we're talking about is a keychain light and the amount of lumens that it gives you. That's the deal breaker for people. Like, you can get a light that's, an EDC light that's twice the size of this, that's going to give you 1200 lumens or something. Yeah, that's great, but this thing can fit on your keychain and go from 1 lumen up to over 700 lumens. That's going to be the key factor I think we need to think about, that it's so small it fits on a keychain, yet it gives you just a ton of light. So I think right now, as I'm shining it on my face, this is like the second setting. Let me just scroll through here. Yeah, that's the, hang on a second here, let's see here. So that's 1 lumen, that's the second setting. I think that's 30, I'll double check here in a minute. And then 200, 200 is blinding in my face, and then obviously the 700 is just like way too much. So all that to say, when we look at this light and when we think about how this light is going to work at night, it's all about size versus output, and the fact you can have 200 lumens easy, but over 700 lumens on your keychain is pretty amazing. So my son just drew like a robot on a piece of cardboard. So if you've watched some of my older videos, I had Johnny, who was like the cardboard cutout. I would shine the light at different distances, but we're going to use the robot tonight and see how this light shines at that and how much illumination it gives us. Okay, so we're looking at this little robot drawing that's about 30 feet away. I've got it on 1 lumen. You can't really see anything out there, but just to show you that it is on. There's my hand, so you can see that. Let's go up to the 30 lumen setting. So you can definitely start to make out the robot, or the square that the robot is drawn on. Let's go up to 200. So at 30 feet, you can definitely see that. And I would tell you that this definitely, it has a little bit of a hotter center, but it definitely gives a very nice flood. I can see probably when I'm shining it right straight at the piece of cardboard there with the drawing on it, I'm probably getting, you know, a solid 10 feet on either side of that. Let's go to the 720 here. So obviously that is a ton of light. So we're 30 feet away from the robot right now. Okay, we're at 50 feet. Once again, at 1 lumen, you're not going to be able to see anything. But obviously there's my hand. Let's go up to 30 lumens. Now with the human eye, I can definitely see it. It's faint, but I can see it still at 30 lumens. Here's 200. And again, with the flood on this light, I can, you know, I'm lighting up about probably 40-45% of my front yard right now with this. Let's go up to 720. So very impressive. Let me zoom the camera out so you can see what it looks like. So this is 200 again. Let's go up to the 720. Take a look at our minivan, and that is about 40 feet away. That's 30 lumens. There's 200. Let's go up to 720. Okay, I'm walking out now toward the woods behind my house. I gotta kind of stop and shine it every couple moments just to see where I'm going. But I gotta be cautious a little bit at least, because it's springtime now and the bear are starting to get active. So again, stopping and looking every once in a while. But let me just flip the camera around the other way and just show you, like, well, I'm looking into the dark now because this is kind of blinding me, so I can't really see that much out there. But when I turn it around, I'm like totally fine walking off into the woods with this light, because it's putting out a lot of lumens. This is at 200 lumens here. So this is all at 200 lumens. Let's take you back down to the lowest setting. So here's 1 lumen. I mean, you can see that tree right there in front of me, but not a whole lot else. Here's up to 30. Yeah, I mean, throw this thing on a baseball cap and go for a walk, and yeah, I mean, there's plenty of light to walk through the woods if you had to use this. And then obviously, again, up to the 720 here. Alright, so as we close out this video, I'm using the Nitecore TIP 2 to illuminate me and my face and everything as we're talking here. So a couple things I want to mention to you. First is the interface. The 2 buttons are small. They're not, it doesn't feel like it's too clumsy, but they're definitely small. I've got large size hands, and you gotta pay attention when you're pressing the button. It's never gonna be the same as like an end pressure switch, you know, on a larger EDC or tactical flashlight. Price point is going to be right around $45. So what you're really talking about is lumen output and size and weight, and if you need something that's really small and compact. So you're looking at like 1.35 ounces. So I mean, this thing is super lightweight, very slick and small, but like I said, I can hike in the woods with this easy, throw it on a hat, just carry it in my hand. I like the little kind of clip holster system. I think that's really cool. So you can throw it on a pack, you can throw it on a belt, and then obviously, you know, if it's on your keychain, you can easily just have access to it. I love the magnetic base. I think that's really cool. I like the fact that it's a solid magnet. It's not going to fall off on you, so that is definitely a win. Is this a keychain light for me? It may be. I'll have to see how it goes. It's a little bit bigger than what I normally have. Like the tube is thinner and smaller than this, but it's way less output. So I'm liking this. I have been using it as a keychain light for the past, I don't know, maybe a week and a half or so, and I've liked it a lot. I mean, to have that amount of output, I think it's pretty awesome, and something so small and lightweight. Even though it's, you know, it's smaller than like a 9-volt battery, but it's kind of that size. But it's definitely like notably lighter. So yeah, I mean, if you're looking for something that's lightweight, going to give you a good lumen output, flood, not a hot center, more of a small floodlight with a little bit of a hotter center, and it's got some versatility to it. I think that's awesome. And then bottom line, again, like, you know, I mentioned at the beginning, it's USB rechargeable or micro USB rechargeable. So that's awesome. You can plug it into, you know, your car, at your house, plug it into the wall with your little adapter, charge it off your computer. I think that's just, there's lots of wins to this light. So let me hear from you guys. I mean, $45 is going to be probably some of the question for people. Would they pay that much? But let me hear your thoughts on it. What do you like about it? What would you change? And let's get the discussion started. But I can tell you right now, for me, I'm glad I've got one of these in my system, and I'm going to find a place to plug this in to use it as often as I can. Alright guys, we're wrapping up here. Thanks as always for checking out the videos here on YouTube. Like I said before, let's hear some comments in the comment section down below. As always, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. And I want to let you know we're on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and Vero as well. And like I always say, there's more videos coming soon. Take care. Alright guys, we are outside now. So this is all at 200 lumens. Let's go